Hi, and welcome to Good Vibrations. It's so nice to see you here this week. And we're going to be taking some calls. But before we do, I wrote an article on Medium. Medium's a worldwide blog. And I asked, at what point do we stop calling signs a coincidence? At what point do we admit that there's synchronicities, that things are happening and it's by design and not just a happenstance? For instance, what is a synchronicity? A synchronicity is a sign or a personal message from the universe or someone on the other side. It's the communication you've been looking for, whether it comes as a feather, or it comes as a song on the radio, or it comes as finding a coin. It's a message. For instance, we just had a synchronicity happen. I was just doing yoga with my yoga teacher. We've been together for 22 years. We do yoga, and she knows my whole family. And she has a dog that has a digestive issue, and the dog it seems that the dog is allergic to protein. And my grandchildren are very allergic to many different foods. And she said, we have to call your son, Eric, and tell him that Monkey, which is her dog, has these allergies. And just at that second, my son called. So that's a synchronicity. So she laughed and she said, of course, she's taken my course. And she said, did he call because he felt we were talking about him? Did he call because he felt called to call? What was the reason that he picked up the phone at that moment? And he knows that I do yoga at that hour, that he called. And of course, we shared the news about her dog Monkey. So it's funny that we have these things happening around us, and everybody can explain those instances that maybe they were going someplace and they left without their keys and they ran back and they got a phone call that they would have missed otherwise. Of course, those were the days before we had cell phones. And then, you have all kinds of synchronicities that have happened around. For instance, I have a friend who lost her dad, and her dad used to wrap his money in a rubber band, and she was dying for a sign from him. And I said to her, you have to look for rubber bands. You're going to start seeing rubber bands. So was it a coincidence that all of a sudden she's finding rubber bands everywhere? Even in the cemetery, she looks down and finds these specifically thick rubber bands that he used to wrap his money in. So, and she always takes a picture and sends it to me. And that's a synchronicity. So when your eyes open and you realize all the many signs or synchronicities around you, you may learn that you're really not alone. I think sometimes we're so busy with all the different things, all the different distractions that we have, that we don't pay attention to what's really happening around us. So um, look for the signs. Look for that red leaf that stands out more than anything else. I know when my mom was in her final stages, when they had given her something to kind of ease her breathing so that it would stop. She was dying of lung cancer. I got behind her and I whispered in her ear and I said, Mom, you have to let us know that you got there all right. So I'm going to ask you to send a feather, but I'm going to make this specific. Make it a red feather. Well, 3 days after she passed, my sister-in-law found the first red feather. And a lot of people ask, why your sister-in-law, why not you? Why not one of your brothers? Well, the answer is so obvious. If you knew my mother, she would never choose one child over the other. So she chose an in-law so that not one of her kids would feel that they were left out. And we got the message. And to this day, when I miss her, I'll ask her, show me a red feather. And somehow on TV, there's going to be a red bird, or a cardinal will pass in front of me, or a truck with red feather on it, let's say in its logo, will show up, or I'll get a letter in the mail with a red feather logo on it. So it does happen. If you look for it, you will start. So ask your loved ones for a sign. Don't make it hard. They're not going to give you the lottery numbers. That's not what you're going to get from your grandmother or your father. But ask them for a sign. Ask them for something like a specific coin or shoelace or a rubber band. But ask. And don't be surprised if within the next day or two you're going to find that sign, that symbol, that message is going to come to you. So we have Marcel in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Canada.
Yes.
Uh, hi, Marcel. Do you notice signs? Do you
Hi.
look? Hi.
For
How
me.
are you?
Hi. Good. You?
I'm good. I'm great. Yeah. Do you notice signs around you?
The signs around me? Well, there's been some signs, but I haven't been getting any answers.
Okay. Well, sometimes we get answers and we just don't hear them. It's really funny, but if you were listening to the broadcast, I said a red leaf, and then here's a synchronicity, Canada.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was picturing the red leaf on the that maple leaf that you see on the flag. So
Yes.
it's very interesting that this was the call that they picked up. So that's a synchronicity. So maybe you were meant to get the call today. So you know that I
Okay.
feel that behind me it's parents or grandparents. If it's to the side of me, it's a contemporary, and if they're in front of me, it's a child. But before we go on, I'm going to ask you to pick a number from my book, pages 1 to 366. Pick any number, and let's start off with a reading from the book. A lot of people use tarot. I use my book. So pick a number 1 to 366, and let's see what the message is inside the book.
44.
44. A lot of people pick 44. I love 44. And 44 says, I love what I love, and that's okay. I love what I love, and that's okay. So I want to ask you if you've lost a contemporary male. Have you lost either a spouse, a sibling? Have you a friend, a contemporary male?
I lost my dad in
Well,
2023.
you're behind.
And
You're definitely behind. But are you married?
I'm going through a divorce right now.
Okay. And has your future ex-husband, has he lost a friend or a brother? Has he lost a sibling?
I don't know because I'm I'm in hiding from him right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start with the mail I have next to me. And I just want to say, I want you to think about this, that I do have a male, and it could be a friend of yours, it could be a cousin, it's a male contemporary, and he came through first. But I'm going to go behind, this is coming from you, that your father is passed. And when he says, I love, your message is, I love what I love, and that's okay. What he's saying is, did he have issues with you, with your husband? Did he not like your husband?
Yes.
And you kind of stood your ground and said, I love him, and that's it. And, you have to accept it. Is that what you?
Yes.
Okay. So in this thing, what he's saying is, I understand that now. And if you're beating yourself up about the fact that you fought so hard to be with this man, he says, I understood. Because at that stage of your life, that's what you needed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It's okay. And don't beat yourself up about it, because you had to see for yourself who this person was and what he was made of. And I think your father kind of warned you. He wasn't crazy about this guy.
Yes.
And he says, I'm glad you finally opened your eyes. Do you understand that?
Yep.
And I do
And he
believe,
did.
yeah. And I think he wants to give you permission to forgive yourself. You must be like, why did, if you think your father doesn't know what's going on in your life now, he wants you to understand that he does know what's going on. And I do have a name. So I don't know if this is a name, living or dead, but is there an Eddie or an Edward, living or dead?
That's dead or
Just in
alive?
the Yeah, either or. Is there an Ed? Because that's usually the direction I'm going to go in. I have an Ed, and I have a Craig or a Carl or a Charles. I have those three names that are popping up, living or dead. Do you have any of
Well,
those names?
I know, I know an Ed and I know a Craig.
Okay, so who is Ed?
Ed is my ex's partner in crime.
Okay, and is he on the other side, or is he alive?
He's alive.
Okay, so your father is letting you know he knows what's going on in your life. In other words, he's letting you
Okay.
know. Is your husband heavily influenced by Ed?
Yes.
Okay. So he's letting you know that he knows what's going on in your life. And who's Craig?
Craig is my cousin.
Okay, and is he here or on the other side?
He's here. He was my dad's nephew, and they were very close.
We're very close. So I would suggest that your dad is calling out to Craig. Is Craig's mother here or Craig's mother's on the other side?
She's on the other side. She just passed in April. She was like a mother to me.
Okay, so what we have is Craig's mom is calling out to Craig, like she was a mother to you. And I also have a Helen or Helene or Elaine. Is any of those names resonate?
A Helen, Helene, or
Or
Elaine. I
Elaine.
know a Helena.
Who's Helena?
She's just a friend I met this winter.
Okay, so this is your aunt and your father letting you know that they know what's going on in your life. Are you friends with this Helena now? Is she helping you through this period?
Well, I haven't seen her for a couple months, but she did keep in touch with, like, she does keep in touch with me to make sure I'm okay.
Okay, so you see, your father is letting you know he knows what's going on in your life. And I also have an MA name like Marlene or Marilyn, Mary, Margaret.
Maryl,
Like, go ahead.
Marilyn's been a very good friend of Marilyn's been a very good friend of mine throughout this.
Okay, so your father is indicating you're surrounded by a community. All right, you're not alone, and he's letting you know you're not
Yeah.
alone. I have enough. Yeah, I hear a lot of names. I hear Lee, Linda, Lenore, like an L name, E-L, or Eleanor. E-L or an L name.
Linda, Linda is another good friend that helped me a lot.
Okay, so it seems that they're letting you know they know your dream team. You know that those are the people that you're going to have to lean into. That if your dad isn't there, he sees what's going on. Your aunt sees what's going on, and they're supporting you. But your aunt also says, I don't know if Craig's going to believe in this, but you could let him know that mom sent love and that she's fine. Okay,
Okay, okay.
did something
I
happen?
know that my dad. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, like, I don't know, like, are you a medium too?
I am a medium. That's what I am, is a medium.
Okay. So my dad, from the last medium, I was told he wasn't resting in peace because of everything that's going on. Is he resting in peace yet?
So they always are resting, and they're not restless souls. Listen, there's nothing he can
Okay.
do from that side for you except let you know that he's there and he supports you and he
Okay.
sees and he understands why you fought so hard to be with this person, but he's glad that you finally realized he wasn't the person for you. Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah.
Your messages, I love what I love, and that's okay. He's okay with that. And of course, he's resting in peace. What else would he be? They know how the story's going to turn out. And he's not
Okay.
worried it's going to be fine. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just because he had a horrible death. So I know justice needs to be done for his death. So I'm waiting for that too for him.
Okay. What I've learned from most of them from the other side is when they get there, they don't hold on to the emotions that we had here. So even if
Yeah.
you had an unsettled death, they're surrounded by peace and love and light, and they are not restless souls. They understand that this was a path of their life, and for whatever reason this is what happened, but they don't hold on to it.
Okay.
So rest easy that your father is fine and he's okay.
Okay.
what
Okay.
I,
Thank you so much for that.
was there something involved with
Pardon me?
somebody's yeah was there something involved with somebody's mouth when they passed?
Something involved with somebody's mouth when they passed.
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
did your aunt have a problem with her mouth? Was she couldn't communicate, or what, was there something wrong with her mouth? Was she in pain? Was there something in the mouth that was a problem with her mouth?
When she passed, um, at the end, she couldn't even speak. Like I was with her when she passed. I was with her right when she passed. I was holding her hand and
Okay, so
everything.
right, so she couldn't talk. So she wants you to know she's back to her old self, as is your father. And
Okay.
he's showing me that he's back on his feet and the way he was here. Do you understand? He's fine.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. I needed to know that.
You're welcome. Take care, Marcel.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And look for the signs, Marcel.
Okay.
Your father's leaving you signs. Watch for them.
Okay. I am. I am. I really am. I do every day. I wake up every morning. I'm grateful because I'm not supposed to be alive and I am alive. So I'm very grateful for that. And I know things will
Right.
get better. I keep saying they will get better.
Did you
Justice
have
will be served one day.
absolutely. And did you have a
But,
dog? Did you have a dog that passed?
oh, yeah, I did.
Your father has the dog. And was there a P name associated with the dog, like Pom Pom or I don't know what, but I'm hearing.
Her name, her name was Lily.
Oh, I asked you about the L name. I asked
She was
about an L.
only 3. She was only 3. My ex-husband beat her to death.
I was going to ask you if she was beaten up. Yeah, I got that. Your father has the dog. I'm really sorry that you
Okay.
that kind of violence. Um,
Yeah.
but your father said you had to see it for yourself. Like you had to
I know
see
I
it.
did. I know. I know I was in an 18 year. I was being used and abused for 18 years, and I know
Um,
I had to see what.
I'm really sorry about that. Who had a nail that was broken off or broken in half? Who had a nail that was broken? Did your
A
husband
nail
like
that was broken, and
I'm seeing like
I mean,
yeah.
I did,
Did your husband do that to you?
and no, well, my ex-husband broke my ribs. He drugged me. He poisoned me. He and his friends drugged me and raped me, and
Oh no.
it's yeah, it's not a good situation, and the police aren't doing a damn thing about it right now.
Well, your father says as long as you're out of the situation, that's what counts. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, would you like to pick another page because you did it for your father? Would you like to pick another page number and let's see if your aunt has something to say?
Sure. What should I pick? Let's go with 17.
Okay, 17. Okay, so this is a really important page, Marcel. It's the rain
Okay.
feeds the flowers and the universe feeds me. So I think it's really important that you pick this page. Just as rain feeds the flowers and nourishes flowers and they grow and
Mm-hmm.
they bloom, the universe is feeding you information. You have to open up your mind to it. So this is really important. You should take a course. You should go on YouTube. You should read books. But understand your father and your aunt are giving you they're giving you information. They're giving you insights. And they'd like you to, it's kind of like these are things to help you to overcome so you don't feel
Yeah,
alone.
well, like it's funny you say that because I've been reading all these really good books lately, and I was never a book reader, but I've been reading really good books for myself, like self-help books.
Mhm.
So
Well,
that's
that's
been helping me a lot too.
Well, those self-help books are meant to to help you. And
Yeah.
you're going to be getting messages through the books too. So keep it up. And sorry, for what you've gone through. But you know what? We choose our life experiences here. A good book to read is Many Lives, Many Masters. That's a really good book. You should write
Many
it down.
lives,
Many Lives, Many
many
Masters.
lives, many. Okay. I'm
And
going to look that up right after I get off the phone with you.
that's a book by Dr. Brian Weiss. And in it, he explains that we choose the life that we have here. We actually choose the life. And we come here to live through these experiences that we actually choose. We don't know what the outcome is going to be because we don't remember, but we come here to actually choose the challenges that we want to overcome. So you know the old Kelly Clarkson song, "Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger." You're living proof of that,
Yep.
Marcel. You're
Yeah.
living. And are you taking a course on some kind of therapy? Are you taking some kind of mentorship, or are you thinking of
Yeah.
becoming?
I,
Yeah, your father wants you to go.
I'm actually, pardon
Yeah,
me.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm actually, yeah, I'm learning all about horses. I'm doing that equine therapy right now. So I'm really, because that's my safe places with animals right now,
Mhm.
more than
Mhm.
with people. So yeah, I've been really working hard with stuff like that.
Well, there's something to it, as far as doing something like that. Animals really give us a lot of they're stress relievers. And your father wants you to go ahead with it. Maybe you're going to be doing something with animal therapy, like communicating with animals that have crossed over. And maybe Lily's going to be helping you, giving you the information. So don't rule that out. I took a course on communication with animals on the other side. That was one of the courses I took. So you should look into that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because
Do you
that's my safe and happy place right now is being with animals.
Right. That's great. And don't forget to get the help you need. You're going through a tough time. So your father just
Oh, I
reminded me.
am. Yeah, I'm in therapy and everything. I'm doing everything. My doctors, like I had to go for a lot of medical tests. Um,
Good.
and yeah, I see two therapists. So I'm not working on myself. I really am working very hard. I just right now, because I have to
Okay.
live like kind of in hiding. I can't go too many places that I'd like to go again, but soon one day I'm sure I will.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, but thank you so much. I just needed to know about my dad.
Oh, well, he's
And
around.
I'm glad he's got my dog because what she went through was just god awful.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
understand. Well, thank you for calling in and
yeah.
stay.
Thank you so much for phoning me.
You're welcome, Marcel. So, so you know what? The most important thing is, like Marcel, she got the right help that she needs. There's no reason to suffer alone. So whether you're grieving or you're stuck in a relationship that you're unhappy with, make sure you go and get the right therapy. Make sure you get help. Make sure you understand that you're not alone. Find a support group. I did a reading for a woman yesterday, and she unfortunately lost her parents. She didn't have children. She lost her husband, and she and her brother rarely communicate. And her mom came through and told her, make sure you communicate with your brother, reconnect with your brother, make sure you spend time with him, because nobody should face life alone. And again, I told her what she needs is community. She has to find community. When I became a widow, that was the first thing. I have my family, I have my business, I have my job, I do several different jobs. But what I didn't have was contemporary community after I lost my husband. So it was really important to seek out and find people that you could speak to, that you could confide in, that you could compare, and realize that whatever's going on in your life is not unique. So that was the advice I had for her. Well, we're coming to the end of another program, and I would tell you if you want a one on one with me, please look me up on my website, www.ladyphyllis.com. If you check me out on Facebook, I always run specials. Right now, we have one for August. So feel free to do that. I do have a class starting this week. If you think you have the ability to do what I do, and I think everybody has the ability, I don't think it's a gift, I think it's an ability. Contact me, and there's still room in that class. We can fit you in. I do have a Patreon that meets monthly. Several different classes are going on. So join, take a look at my website. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we always love to have more people involved. And I'm going to open the book randomly and leave you with a thought. Okay, I got to page 239, and it says, "I release generational trauma." I release generational trauma. So what does that mean? Your ancestors may have trauma that you're holding on to. So it's really important. Everybody should just take a moment, release whatever they don't even know what it is, but they feel that kinds of anxiety, that angst. So release that generational trauma and understand nothing is your fault. Nothing is your fault. Um, I like to write, it's a matter of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it won't matter. So that's something I always teach my kids, and it's a mantra that we say in this household. Well, it was a great seeing you all. Hope you have a great week, and remember to surround yourself with good vibrations. Bye bye, everybody.